Hey friends, welcome back to Church at Home. If you were here with us last time, you know that today there is a wild competition going on between myself and my husband Cody, and we're gonna get to that in just a second and find out who the winner is gonna be for this week. But we're also gonna sing some new songs and hear an amazing story from the Bible. I hope that you stick around today so we can talk more about what it looks like to be generous. Hey guys, welcome back to week 2. We are so excited that you are joining us today.
We're so excited. Do you guys remember who won last week?
If you do, comment it down below so that way we can remind ourselves who the real winner is.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us what we're doing today?
But today we're doing a bread toss. Why are we doing a bread toss?
Because today we are talking about bread. So I think let's get this bread.
Okay, what are we throwing first?
First, we are gonna throw some hot dog buns.
We labeled them so we know whose is whose.
And we are gonna see whose bread can go the farthest. Now, we bought expired bread at the grocery store because we did not want to be wasteful of resources. So this is expired, stale, a little crunchy, super gross. Don't eat it?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What if I did?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, I won't do it.
Ready?
All right, we're gonna throw hot dog buns. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, mine's like farther!
All right, throw another one.
Okay.
Throw another one.
Throw another one?
I'm gonna
Here we go.
I'm gonna crinkle. What they're gonna break apart, who's ever makes it the furthest
Is gonna win.
is gonna win. Let's throw them left-handed.
Left? Oh no,
Ready?
I'm not left-handed.
3, 2, 1.
Oh no! Cody, you win that round
It's
too!
like twice the distance. Okay,
No?
it all comes down to this. Who's ever bagel goes the furthest wins this round.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're like frisbeeing it?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Mine went sideways. Oh, it's rolling! It's rolling! Okay, here we go. I don't think I can beat that. 3, 2. That's trying to make it roll, you know? Oh no, you're so way back! Oh, it's roll! Oh no! Alright, we have one more. Look at that! Look at that! That's amazing! Okay, we have one more. Let's do the last one like this, you know? Oh! Yeah. Okay, let's try it. 3, 2, 1. Wait, yours went further! What? Come here.
Okay.
There's no way. There's no way.
I don't know, guys.
Yep, mine went further. Just a little bit. Oh. I didn't even pay attention. That's where mine is.
I am the champion!
All right, so later today we'll choose what goes in my shake and what goes in your shake. Since you won, you're gonna choose the next ingredient for my shake.
I think I should make it really disgusting. We'll see what happens whenever we get home.
What do you guys think she should choose to go in my shake? Tuna fish or Spam or cherries? I vote cherries.
I could be nice. You really like caramel. I could give him caramel. Let us know down below what you want us to put in each other's smoothies. See you at home.
Bye, friends.
And
Okay, when I was a kid, my grandma had this rocking chair that she would sit in and she would tell us all kinds of stories from her chair. And it was my favorite thing. So today I thought I would sit in my favorite chair and tell you guys a story. Are you ready? Today's story might feel a little wild, and maybe you've heard this story before. If you have, that's awesome. I want you to think about this story and about how God used a little boy to be generous. Okay, friends, so let's set the scene. You have just been given a basket, and in your basket you have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And you're taking this and you see Jesus and his disciples, and they're going off across the water. Now, what you don't know is Jesus and his disciples are really, really tired, and they just need a little bit of rest. They're so tired. They've been around people all day, and they just want some rest. But then you see all of the people try to beat Jesus and his disciples to the place that they're going, so that way they can learn more from Jesus. And you're like, awesome, let's do it. So you go with the crowd to follow Jesus because you want to learn about all of the great things that he's talking about. So friends, you get to the place where Jesus is, and you just listen all day to all of the amazing stories that Jesus has to tell. And you sit and you listen and you learn so many things about God and his love for you. And then it's like dinner time and you're thinking, I'm getting a little bit hungry. Maybe I should eat some of my bread. But one of the disciples comes up to you and says,
"Hey, you have bread."
and you're like, yes. And you realize they need the bread to eat. So you offer your basket of bread and fish to the disciples, and you watch as they take that basket back to Jesus, and he prays over the bread and fish. And then something wild happens. Everyone in the crowd with you, the 5,000 people in the crowd with you, are asked to get into groups of 150, and they sit in little groups all over the field where you're at. And you watch as the disciples take, and Jesus takes the bread that you have offered and breaks it into pieces and just keeps breaking it. In fact, you notice that Jesus doesn't stop breaking bread until everyone has enough to eat. But how could he get that out of my 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? What? Jesus has just performed this amazing miracle, and he fed 5,000 people. Wow. So you watch this happen, and then you notice at the end that the disciples, there's 12 of them, they each take a basket. So that means there's how many baskets? 12. And they go around and they pick up all of the leftovers from the crowd, meaning that there are 12 baskets overflowing with leftovers from 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. What? You realize that what you have done is this amazing thing because God used you and used what you had to serve other people. Friends, this story is wild. Jesus used a little boy to feed 5,000 people. 5,000! Have you ever been in a room with 5,000 people? It's a lot. I used to go to baseball games as a kid, and that's, I think, the only time that I've been in the same place as 5,000 other people. And that's a lot of people. Could you imagine using 5 loaves of bread and just 2 fish to feed 5,000 people? See, Jesus had used this little boy to be generous with what he had, and he had used this little boy to share what he had to serve other people. We can do that too, friends. We can show generosity. We can show open-handedness by giving what we have. It may feel like sometimes we don't have very much ourselves, but God will use you to be generous if you are willing to do what God says. Just like the little boy saw that there was a need, he gave what he had. You can do that too. Maybe for you, you could write cards to the firefighters that are working on Mount Lemmon. You could give food to people who need food. You just have to talk to your parents first. Maybe you have toys that you don't play with anymore, and you could donate them to kids who don't have any toys. There's so many different ways to serve people using just what we have. Friends, I hope today that you learned a crazy, awesome story about how God used this little boy and what he had. Let's sing another song.
All right, friends, we finally made it back home, and it is time for me to choose ingredients for our milkshakes for the end of the month.
Charlie and I, we just tried our hardest.
But you didn't win.
No, we didn't.
I won.
So last time, I won both challenges. So for myself, I chose banana, because I love bananas, and cherries, because they're the best.
That'll be so good. I'm jealous.
And for Melissa
Because
last
time for me, Cody chose chocolate syrup.
which is great.
Pretty good
That's
ingredient.
So nice.
And jalapenos.
You never had chocolate covered jalapenos?
No, is that a thing?
No, let's make it a thing. That sounds great.
Apparently, in my milkshake, it's gonna be a thing.
I'll bring you guys some.
But it is my turn to choose from our list of ingredients
Oh gosh.
what I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose mine first.
And there are good ones and bad ones, right?
Yes.
Charlie, cover your
But
eyes.
I gotta think about what is gonna go with jalapenos and chocolate.
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably fish sauce or Spam.
Not fish sauce. You guys know what fish sauce is, right? Write it in the comments. And then for Cody, I'm gonna choose, he has bananas and cherries. Yeah, these are both great things. Jalapenos. It's something very nice. I'm gonna choose something that he does not like. Don't want Charlie cheese for you? Really? Let's do... I'll be a little generous this time. Oh no.
All right, Cody. So for my milkshake,
Charlie already told me.
what did you think? What did Charlie tell you?
I can't tell you. I can't understand chicken.
Okay, Charlie. For my milkshake,
Okay.
I chose pineapple.
Okay.
Because if I have jalapeno, I may as
Do you
well.
think it would like counteract the jalapeno? Like,
I think
'cause
so.
It's so sweet.
I think so, maybe a little
That
bit.
sounds good.
That's what I'm hoping for. And then for your milkshake,
Oh no.
drum roll, please. Broccoli.
Broccoli! I love broccoli.
I know, I was being generous.
But I don't know. Thank you for being so generous.
Banana and cherries and broccoli. Okay, friends,
I've had worse.
you have had worse. Yeah, that's true. I was
Ugh.
being extra generous. Tune in next
Sorry.
next week so that way you can find out which one of us is going to win the challenge and who is eventually going to end up with fish sauce
Neither one of us.
in their milkshake. Have a great week, guys.
Bye guys. Have a great week.
Bye.